Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a rainy Charlottesville, Virginia, the battleground for tonight's season opener between the Richmond Spiders and the Virginia Cavaliers. I'm William Fauché. Thank you so much for joining us here on the ACC Network Extra. And although the bleachers may be wet, it has not dampened the spirits of either side or the spectators that have anxiously awaited a year to watch these two teams play. The stage is set, the stands are filled, and it's time to get this game underway. The 2021-2022 season, and what a journey it has been to get here. Fighting through COVID protocols last year, injuries for both of these teams. Obviously, everybody going through many hardships. It's great to now come out onto the other side and see fans in those stands supporting their two teams as the Cavaliers look to strike early here into a dangerous opportunity as the through ball has just a little bit too much on it and will stay with the Cavaliers for their first corner kick. And that first opportunity created by Leah Godfrey. And in the words of Coach Swanson, if you did not know that name before, you will now. Godfrey, a fantastic season last year, named to the ACC all-preseason team as only a sophomore. As Coach Swanson said, he believes that she is one of the best midfielders in the country. And now with 1 year of experience under her belt, she hopes to use it as that ball deflected off of the keeper's hands for the Richmond Spiders. In the first action that she sees this evening, that is Claire Hinkle, the 5'6" senior out of Tip City, Ohio. And she is going to have her work cut out for her this evening, coming up against a Virginia squad that was ranked 3 in the ACC preseason poll, currently ranked 4 nationally, and looking to make a statement here in their first game back at home to kick off the season. Cavaliers short with that corner as well. Now looking to set up an attack. It's Godfrey. Puts one inside, and the Spiders are able to get some clearance, but not enough to get it past that Cavalier defense. Now the Cavaliers trying to get something going. That ball comes to Stouty. Stouty trying to get some separation, but a good defensive move there from number 15, TJ Anderson for the Spiders. Cavaliers still controlling possession. Cavaliers probing back and forth, making some good moves there. And you could see how comfortable this team looks on the pitch already as that ball comes down, falls right outside the 18, and a shot and a goal! Virginia Cavaliers strike early and strike often as Rebecca Jarrett sends one off of her right foot. It looked like it might have gone off the head of a Spider defender, but regardless of whether it did or not, it found its way into the back of the net. And the Cavaliers start their season off with a bang. 3 minutes in, and it's number 13, Rebecca Jarrett, the senior from Washington Township, New Jersey, making an early mark on the stat sheet. Season 4, Episode 1 starts with a bang, as she said on her Instagram today. Now the Spiders looking to come back on the other side. Down 1 early. As that ball looks like it's going to bounce out of bounds off the chest of JoJo McShane. Now the Cavaliers back line starting to see their first pressure. Jarrett gets that one out and a great look there. Cavaliers looking to make something of it. It's Spanstra, lays it off to Godfrey. Godfrey finding a lot of green space on the other side of the field. Cavaliers trying to make something happen, but a little bit too much on that touch. And it'll be Claire Hinkle scooping it up and settling it down. Rebecca Jarrett, a little bit too much on her last touch. The Spiders can't control that one. Cavaliers showing a lot of comfort 4 minutes into a season opener. A team that we know was going to be dangerous no matter what. Ranked 3rd in the ACC preseason poll, 4th in the country. However, as that ball gets out and a flag is up, it looks like it will be offsides, but a brilliant idea there from the Virginia Cavaliers. But as I was saying, talking to Coach Swanson, he says that he doesn't really look at those rankings. He doesn't give much weight to them. He believes that that's all based on the pedigree and the reputation of last year's team, and he says that this year's team hasn't earned anything yet and that they need to find their own identity to push forth, and that is an identity that they have started to form very early, scoring in the first 3 minutes to put us up 1-0 if you're just joining us here from Klockner Stadium in Charlottesville, Virginia. A rainy day, but the clouds parted in just the right time to bring the fans out for a great soccer match, a season opener, a home opener for the Cavaliers, and a game that a lot of people have been waiting a very long time for following a rushed, difficult COVID season last year. As that ball is cleared out of bounds and into the stands, it will be a Spider throw-in. And that's met by 2 Cavaliers there on the defense. A lot of pressure going both ways. And it looks like the flag will give Richmond back the ball, as this throw-in is handed off to number 15, TJ Anderson. Anderson, the 5'7" grad student from Peachtree Corners, Georgia. A 2019 All-Academic Team selection. And a veteran leader for this team trying to get something going as that ball is out, and a little bit of miscommunication there between Cavalier keeper Laurel Ivory and center back Talia Stouty, but Cavaliers get away from a dangerous one there, but it will remain Spider possession. And it looks like it's going to be a deep throw in there, just off the right of your screen, about 2 steps behind the official in yellow. It's a high throw in inside the 18, up in the air. Cavaliers defense trying to communicate as Godfrey takes a control touch and tries to clear it out. It looks like that ball might stay in. And a high IQ play move from the Virginia Cavaliers to force that one out and earn a goal kick. As Laurel Ivory gets her first touch on the ball, the Cavalier goalkeeper, the 5'9" grad student from Surfside, Florida, an institution of Virginia women's soccer for the past 4 seasons leading up to now. She's someone with great experience, someone with great poise, a vocal leader on this team, and someone that the Cavaliers are going to be looking to be a rock throughout their season as they look to return to the College World Cup after falling short last year. A lot on that ball, but a great play there by Rebecca Jarrett to create an opportunity for the Cavaliers. She's got Ordonez to the right, Spanstra in front of her. Met with 3 Spiders, though. It looks like that was going to be enough to take possession and give it back to women in red. A great tackle there made by number 15, TJ Anderson. Anderson all over the field for the Spiders right now. And a long ball there. Retained by the Cavalier defense. Good move to get it out of trouble. As Spanstra gives this one back to Stouty. Right back to Spanstra, and she's got the vision. Some options in front. They're going to lay this one off. Cavaliers in a dangerous spot. Trying to work their way in. Have the ball poked away, but some miscommunication. It looks like the Cavaliers could end up with this one again as Godfrey finds some green spaces on the opposite side of the field. Now another push there on a low ball. Jarrett tried to get there, wasn't able to, but it's going to fall with ease to Sydney Zandy. As that ball is up off the head of Ordonez. A great play to elevate to it, but she couldn't get the aim on it, and it will go out of bounds. She's calling for the corner kick. And it looks like she may get it. Ordonez, she will. And it'll be Godfrey as the kick taker. Ordonez, a powerhouse offensive weapon for the Virginia Cavaliers. Someone that you're going to see get a lot of touches, and it's no surprise that she almost found the back of the net there. Now another opportunity as Ordonez and Spanstra crash in. And an attempted clear goes to little avail as Godfrey puts it in again. Cavaliers peppering the inside of the 18 right now with opportunity. Now trying the other side. Down, great move in to get the ball inside, but it won't connect, and it'll be cleared out of bounds. However, stay Cavalier ball. And Virginia continues to apply a constant pressure on a Spider defense that was caught off guard in the 3rd minute of the match that allowed Rebecca Jarrett to find a goal deflected off a Spider defender. And now the Cavaliers are looking to do it again. They've knocked. Now can they enter? Cavaliers making some great moves on ball to try to get it in. They are into the 18, but that ball knocked loose from the foot of Taryn Torres, who had a great move to get inside, but the Cavaliers continue to hold possession in their attacking third. And the Spiders cannot seem to crack this Cavalier press. As Spanstra, a great move to get under. Now back over top, showing off her footwork. She goes long. There's the header, but it will fall out of bounds off the forehead of number 10, Taryn Torres. As Claire Hinkle will go for another goal kick. And a chance to get the ball out of their defending third. Instead, she decides to go short and try to take up some green space. And that ball promptly turned back over to the Cavaliers, who now have a 3-on-3 situation. Spanstra looking dangerous over the top. Off to Godfrey, who gets that ball dislodged, but it's not enough to lose possession for the Cavaliers as Stouty collects. The Cavalier offense continues to look incredibly poised and confident in the Spider attacking third, not letting anything through, creating chance after chance as they try to do so again here. As Zandy gives that one off to Jarrett. Jarrett fires one in, but deflected off the Spiders. It'll be another Cavalier corner kick. Jarrett already having a massive impact on the field, scored the first goal of this match, and numerous more touches on ball as another corner kick gets fired in. That one is high up in the air. It looks like it might have a chance, but it will not fall in bounds off the head of number 23, Lainey Rouse. And Hinkle going to take her time resetting the ball for another goal kick. She has had no lack of action in the first 13 minutes of this match. As fans continue to pile into Klockner Stadium on a gloomy Thursday evening in Charlottesville, but it really is great to see the fans here again. Both coaches could not express how excited they were to be able to have fans in their stadium supporting their teams again. These girls work so hard day in and day out at practice, at training, all throughout the offseason, and they both could not iterate enough how important it is that they're able to showcase their talents to everybody else. And even the Spiders bringing a loyal fan base to Klockner, making the hour and 15-minute commute from Richmond, Virginia, over to Charlottesville, hoping to see their team come out on top the first time that these two in-state rivals have met officially since September 27th, 2017, in a rivalry that began in 1998. Virginia leads the series 10-1 and currently finds themselves on an 8-game win streak. And the Spiders looking to snap that one as Coach Marty Beal heads into his 4th year with the program. And the Spiders continue to try to probe, but the Cavaliers continue to pick off passes left and right. Now making a charge is Spanstra. Great ball inside to Ordonez. Ordonez couldn't get it. There's the shot. Great save by Hinkle. Back in. That ball is up in the air, but a fantastic play by the Virginia Cavaliers and an even better response from Claire Hinkle and the Richmond Spiders. Cavaliers hold possession again and continue to knock, knock, knock. Trying again, they go to Jarrett. Jarrett puts this one low. Godfrey couldn't grab it, but she's got help there for her. And look at the way that the Cavaliers are just dominating the midfield, holding their defensive line up so much that allows them to pack more and more bodies into the attacking third, and it's applying an uncomfortable amount of pressure on Richmond right now. They seem to be a little bit flustered as Rebecca Jarrett tries to fire off another one, but Claire Hinkle continues to rise to the occasion. Another big-time save. And Jarrett showing that she wants to end her career at Virginia with a fantastic final season. Already has 1 goal and tries to find another right there as this throw-in falls right to her feet. Cavaliers working it around, continuing to push bodies towards the 18, forcing Richmond's defense to tighten up and miscommunicate. As a great move there to create some space comes from Spanstra as she pushes to the middle. And you can already see how frequently that outside ball to Rebecca Jarrett is going to be used as she runs that one down with ease. And a great move there to keep possession. Little fancy footwork as that ball is up into the air, and Ordonez couldn't quite get it. Elevates for a second time and gets some more great contact, but just over the crossbar. And you could tell she's pleased with the effort that she's given early in this match. She's created some great opportunities. Not a matter of if, but a matter of when dealing with Diana Ordonez. As the Cavaliers get another corner kick, and Leah Godfrey is getting her reps from both sides early in this match this evening. As that ball is up, Ordonez just under it, but it looks like it'll fall right back to the Cavaliers. And a long shot off the hand of Hinkle. A fantastic strike there. And once again, Hinkle making another big-time save. The only thing standing between these Virginia Cavaliers and the back of the net, it seems. 3 guaranteed goals that have been absolutely shut down by the senior goalkeeper from Tip City, Ohio, as Godfrey tries again. Low ball. Spiders trying to apply some pressure of their own there, but an obvious handball will slow down play. That'll be charged to number 11, Emma Coleman, the 5'5" freshman. As Godfrey makes a good move there, trying to get something in, looking for the near post, but not quite enough on it, and slightly to the left. It will be another goal kick as Claire Hinkle takes a moment to compose herself. And while possession has been dominated by Virginia early in this match, that's not to take anything away from some dangerous opportunities that the Spiders have tried to put themselves in. They're working on it, and they're being aggressive on the ball right now. Virginia just showing up in every passing lane they try to make, as per example. But it's no surprise to see them pushing and trying. Talking to Coach Marty Beal, who just entered his 4th season with the Spiders, he said that this is not a team that's going to sit back and play defense to work for a draw. This is a team that's going to run at you, they're going to apply pressure, and they're going to be hungry for every minute that they're out on that field. And he says that that's what excites him most about this group, is their hunger and their drive, their intention, the purposefulness with which they do everything. And that's certainly a testament to the program that Coach Beal has built over there and the impact that he has had on the school. As Richmond looks to make some big noise in the Atlantic 10 this year. Preseason ranked 12th in the conference. St. Louis projected to repeat the Atlantic 10, followed by Dayton and VCU. And this is a team that Coach Beal thinks can start to work its way up the ranks following a great early season opportunity against Virginia, as that ball is up and off the crossbar from Spanstra. Trying to fire it from outside the 18. Right on the line, takes it with the right foot, and the Cavaliers are all over the crossbar. They just need to get it down a little bit to find the back of the net for the 2nd time. And if you're just joining us here, welcome to a season opener for both the Richmond Spiders and the Virginia Cavaliers here on the ACC Network Extra. I'm William Fauché, coming to you live from John Paul Jones Arena, though the game is in Klockner Stadium. And what started as a gloomy day has opened up to a pleasant evening for soccer, for all the fans who have come out to enjoy the match. And for the Virginia fans present, enjoy the match they have. An early goal in the 3rd minute from Rebecca Jarrett is what brought us to this place. Now Jarrett trying to get herself an assist as that ball is up and in. Jarrett's got a goal, she's got an assist, and now adding to the stat sheet, number 17, Haley Hopkins. The transfer from Vanderbilt, the 5'10" grad student from Newport Beach, California, finds her first goal in the orange and white. And it's no surprise to see Hopkins making an impact so early. Talking to Coach Swanson before the match, he said that Hopkins is a proven commodity. He said that she's humble, she's hardworking, and she's done it all at the highest level. In her time at Vanderbilt, 34 goals, 12 assists, and 80 total points. That 34 goals tying her for 2nd place in all-time goals scored at Vanderbilt. And someone that now in the orange and white is going to have a big impact on the offensive and defensive end as she continues to develop the great skills that she learned at Vanderbilt. Now the Cavaliers looking to do it again, now up 2-0. It's Spanstra. She's got her head up and 2 in front of her, makes a great move, can take with the left, comes back, getting tricky. Maybe a little bit too, as that ball fell right into the breadbasket of Claire Henkel, who despite the 2 goals next to Virginia has put on a showing in the first 22 minutes of play here from Klockner Stadium. That ball falls back to Talia Stouty. Stouty, the junior from Atlanta, Georgia. Now in her 3rd year at the University of Virginia and 3rd season, seeing significant playing time on the Cavalier back line. She's become a vocal leader. She's a great communicator on the field. She makes sure that she can see everything. She's making sure that everybody is in the correct place. She's a valuable, valuable asset to the Cavalier defense. And as her relationship with Laurel Ivory has continued to grow over the 3 years that they've been able to play together, that's going to be a formidable defensive squad for the Cavaliers as Godfrey launches one with the right from the top of the 18, just over the crossbar. And the Cavaliers continue to knock, not afraid to take the long shot. But these are all great takes, and you could see what Godfrey does there by drawing two defenders to her left and then cutting back to the right. She creates a screen for herself, blocking off Hinkle's view and giving herself a much better shot at finding the back of the net. That's a high IQ play from only a sophomore on this Virginia squad as she takes this corner low. It's skipping through, almost went clear through the 18-meter, but it found its way to the foot of Rebecca Jarrett. Cavaliers trying to get their way in. That ball towed off of the right foot of Talia Stouty. And there you could see her, the junior from Atlanta, Georgia. Someone that spent a significant amount of time playing in the women's national circuit. And now she couldn't be happier to be back in the orange and white as they lead the Richmond Spiders 2-0 in their season opener at Klockner Stadium, a season opener, a home opener, and a welcome back of sorts to all of the soccer fans that were missed throughout last season because of COVID protocols. And as the clock ticks down to 20 minutes, it looks like the Cavaliers are going to see their first substitution of the evening. As Samar Guidry comes out. And that ball rolls out with her. As the Cavaliers see another substitution here, checking into the match is number 14, Emma Dawson. Dawson, the junior from Richardson, Texas. Along with Claire Constant, who also checked into the match. So 3 substitutions for the Cavaliers, no surprise, leading 2-0 with 20 minutes remaining in the first half. As Dawson and Jarrett start to get a feel for each other. Over in the back right corner, Jarrett launches one in, but Hinkle quickly bats it away and gets caught up on the post there. And she's getting her workout in the first 25 minutes of play from Klockner Stadium. 3 big-time saves that look to be obvious goals from the Atlantic 10 keeper. And now Godfrey getting a break on the corners as Taryn Torres steps up for this one. A high ball popped out by the Spiders, but Godfrey's there to collect it. Cavaliers trying to take advantage of the additional pressure from the Spiders on ball, taking everybody man-to-man as Godfrey gets down all the way to the baseline, off the leg of Ordonez, and it's in. Skipped ball through the 18 off, looked like the knee of Ordonez. Bounces its way into the back of the net, and it's the Cavaliers who lead 3-0 with smiles on their faces to kick off the 2021-2022 Women's Collegiate Soccer season. And Claire Hinkle has seen a lot of action tonight thanks to the works of Deanna Ordonez, who has applied pressure, pressure, pressure on the Spiders defense. The question is, can the Spiders answer?
Assisted by number 22, Leah Godfrey, at the 27-minute mark. Now in the match for Richmond, number 7, June Stevens. She places number 11, Emma Coleman.
Cavaliers seeing some pressure on a 2-on-1, but as a whistle blows, a flag is up, and it looks like a foul going to be called on the Spiders. But there you could see it The Richmond Spiders continuing to apply that pressure, continuing to make their presence felt on the field. They get an opportunity with the ball down in the attacking third. They've got to do everything that they can to make the most of it. As grad student keeper Laurel Ivory comes out to take this free kick. The 5'9" keeper from Miami Country Day School. Had a long and storied career at Virginia and looking to cap off that career with a fantastic final season as Ordonez runs that ball down. She's got 4 Spiders in front of her, but some Cavaliers coming in to help. A great ball there. Emma Dawson thought about the shot, and she'll lay that one off. Spanstra with some fancy footwork, but loses that one. Dawson there to give her some backup, and now Spanstra is going to take this one down to the end line. Into the middle, Ordonez has room, takes it with the left. Hinkle all over it, and she's able to run out and make the grab as well. Another fantastic play from the keeper in yellow. And she's not giving them away for free. The Cavaliers are having to work 3 goals already, yes, but that easily could be 6 or 7 without the work done by Claire Hinkle in between the goalposts. As that ball poked away as the Cavaliers tried to mount a little attack. And what I think is so impressive thus far in this match is that we've seen that the Cavaliers can take Spider defenders one-on-one. We know that they have the athleticism. We know that they have the footwork. However, they've continued to beat the Spiders as a team. They're composed on offense. They're possessing the ball incredibly well, and they're creating opportunities that they would not have if they weren't playing as a team like they are. And when you could see chemistry like this after only 2 exhibition matches, it shows just how dangerous these women in the white and orange can be as the season progresses, as the Cavaliers see some more substitutions here. As Haley Hopkins checks out of this match for number 15, Brianna Jablanowski. Now the Spiders trying to work this out of their defending third. It looks like they will in a one-on-one opportunity, trying to create something off that pass, but Laurel Ivory swift and decisive with her clearance. Now the Spiders seeing their first opportunity to attack in a long time. That ball's down towards the end line, but boxed out and let roll out from Cavalier defender number 8, Sarah Clark. Clark, the red shirt, Clark, the red shirt senior from Topsail Beach, North Carolina. Another transfer. Only her 2nd year with the team. Last year, she played 19 games with 8 starts, logged 2 assists in 6 shots. Now with 1 year with the program under her belt, she hopes to use that experience to her advantage. As Talia Stouty sends this ball up the left sideline, but a little bit too much on it. It will fall out of bounds and to the Spiders. And while this is an out-of-conference match for the Spiders, it's one that Coach Marty Beal said that he had circled on his schedule for a very long time. He said what excites him most about this upcoming season is the out-of-conference schedule that the Spiders have put together, opening it up with UVA as a top nationally ranked opponent, Coach Beal says that it's a great opportunity to learn and grow. He wants to be aggressive. He wants to apply pressure. And when UVA exposes weaknesses, he wants to take that on the chin and learn from them, looking forward to the rest of the season. One of the benefits of an out-of-conference game. But as he said, more opportunities lead to more results. And this is certainly an opportunity to see what his team can do against one of the most premier teams in the country, in the Virginia Cavaliers. Now trying to do it again. Spanstra in the 18. Great right-footed shot, but it cannot find the back of the net.
Goal kick for Richmond.
And Hinkle going to take her time to get a breather from the relentless Cavalier attack before she takes her goal kick. As the clock ticks under 12. Here in Charlottesville, Virginia, the Cavaliers open up their season with a bang, leading 3-0 early to the Richmond Spiders as the first goal scorer of the evening, who struck in the first 3 minutes, Rebecca Jarrett, checks out of this match in exchange for Cam Lexo. Theoret sends that ball upfield a little bit too long, but you've got to love where the Cavaliers are looking. They've kept the field very spaced. They've stayed compact. They've continued to apply pressure. However, they haven't gotten in each other's way. They've moved incredibly freely. And, of course, a lot of that has to do with the excellent work of Rebecca Jarrett sending balls into the 18-meter. And also into the back of the net as she opened up the gates early for the next 2 Virginia goals. Spiders still trying to find one of their own as they run this ball down. Laurel Ivory allows them to approach without concern. And that ball beautifully placed, an opportunity here off the left foot, didn't cut it quite hard enough. And Claire Hinkle, once again, a wall in between Cavaliers and the back of the net, grabs that one and shuts down another dangerous opportunity. But the way that the Cavaliers have placed these through balls into the 18 has been nothing short of beautiful to watch. That kind of team chemistry opens up so many chances for goal-scoring opportunities, and that's something that has to excite you as a soccer fan to see for the rest of the season. As Ivory feeling some pressure now in the attacking third. As a whistle is blown, and it looks like the Cavaliers are going to get a free kick. We've seen them be composed on the offensive end. Now they're starting to show that they have that same poise defensively as Spanstra tries to work this into the middle. Carrying it herself, she looks to Ordonez, but a little bit too much on it, has that ball sailing past her. Thankfully for her, Cam Lexow applied some good pressure and got possession right back for the Cavaliers, and now in a potentially dangerous opportunity. Stouty starting to come out of the backfield a little bit more aggressively. And that ball slips through 2 Spiders defenders. Just about a step and a half off sides. The flag will go up. You could see it's a humid one in Charlottesville as both of these teams and the officiating staff get their workout in tonight. And as exciting as it is to kick off a new season. Talking to Coach Swanson, he said that it's always so interesting, particularly following the COVID season, where it felt as if they had about 2 months of preseason. This year only feeling like they had about 2 weeks as things were going back to normal. So he said that there's an interesting dichotomy of an urgency to prepare and an urgency to get ready. However, it's also important, as he noted, to remember the Women's Collegiate Soccer season is a very long season. So while there's this urgent need to prepare, there's also this idea that, hey, it's the first game of the season. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to learn a lot. So let's just take it one game at a time. And that's what both of these teams are doing here as Coach Marty Beal makes his first substitutions of the evening. And then we've mentioned it before, Coach Beal in his 4th season with the organization, not only does he have an impact directly on this team that you see out on the field, but has also been a massive advocate for the program, both amongst the school and in the greater Richmond community, playing a instrumental role in the construction of Richmond's new soccer stadium that features natural grass, a new scoreboard, spectator benches, and branded tents and windscreens. Something that he was very involved in planning and putting forward, making sure that his program and his team got the best that they could possibly get.
Goal kick for Richmond.
And it certainly continued to grow enthusiasm for the sport, grow enthusiasm for the program, both at the school and beyond. And looking back on his past 3 years, he said that he's just so pleased because he's seen the team get better every single year. And he says, though the numbers might not have shown it last year because of a rushed schedule and some injuries and COVID protocol, however, he really does think that this team has continuously improved. He thinks that the recruiting has gone fantastic, and he thinks that this is the most talented team that he's been able to put out on the field in his tenure, and thinks that they're going to have a really great chance at making some noise in the Atlantic 10 Conference. And despite what the scoreboard says, he's got to be very happy with the moments of brilliance that he's seen from his team. The energy that they're putting out on the field, they have not stopped, they have not backed down. As you could see, trying to create something here. As the clock ticks down to 5 minutes remaining in the first half, a little bit of confusion there in the attacking third as the Spiders try to apply some pressure to this Cavalier defense. And a good move there, possessing the ball. They're going to find themselves in some green spaces. Talk about moments of brilliance, and they put one up for you. Now attacking into the 18. A low ball off the Cavaliers, and it'll be a Spider corner kick. A fantastic move by Jesse Prilliman, the 5'9" junior from Magnolia, Delaware, to push down into the 18 and earn her girls this free kick. This corner kick. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. That ball's low and off the chest of a Cavalier defender, trying it on the second attempt, but a little bit too deep, and Laurel Ivory will collect that with ease. A long ball there, trying to get through to Cam Lexo. Looked like she almost had it, but defended well by the Spiders. Now the Spiders trying to counter. And in the last several minutes, we've definitely seen a reinvigoration of this Spiders team, as they've started to create some opportunities and possess the ball a little bit better themselves, as that ball heads down the right sideline, getting chased after by the Spiders. They don't have numbers, but there could be opportunity as that ball is low, Cavaliers trying to get some clearance. It's the bench trying to call for a tip. It will be tipped. And the Cavaliers will keep possession. And a larger squad for the Virginia Cavaliers than normal, as Coach Swanson noted talking with him. And he said, though, that would make you think it would be more challenging to bring these girls together. He said that it has actually been easier than he could have ever imagined. He's so proud of this group and how they've come together following the COVID year, the intentionality with which they build relationships and how they have conversations. He said that this is a player-driven team and that's the most that he can ask for from these girls, because that is the team, those are the kinds of teams he believes has the most potential for success. And that success is being demonstrated this evening as the Cavaliers lead the Richmond Spiders 3-0 as the clock ticks down to 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Here on the ACC Network Extra, I'm William Fauché. Thank you for joining us this evening for the season opener for both of these teams, as the Spiders earn a free kick as Molly Weirman, the junior from Seagirt, New Jersey, hit the pitch. And it will be Weirman who will take the free kick as well, it appears. Cavaliers building a wall. The first free kick in a dangerous position for the Spiders of the evening. Now 1 minute and 30 remaining. 2 Cavaliers on the wall. And the Spiders get their first try at a set piece from the top of the 18. That ball is up and easily into the hands of Laurel Ivory, who, aware of the clock, slows things down, assesses her options, as the Cavaliers try to get out of this first half up 3 and boasting of a shutout.
1 minute left in the first half.
Long ball there, trying to get collected. Spiders managed to poke it away. Under 1 minute remaining. A little bit of back and forth here, but an opportunity arising for the Cavaliers as that ball is long, collected though. There's the shot, a fantastic right-footed shot from number 30, Deegan Miller, the freshman from Boulder, Colorado, firing one off there on the turnaround outside the left post. But the Cavaliers continue to knock even late in the first half. And now Hinkle, after 45 minutes of battle, going to take her time and presumably let this clock run out before she can get a rest.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And as the clock winds down and the horn sounds at the end of the first half of play from Klockner Stadium, your score, Virginia 3, Richmond 0. And we will be right back with this season opener action here on the ACC Network Extra after this.
The Girls Game Club is back for another season. Membership in
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Klockner Stadium, where the Richmond Spiders trail the University of Virginia Cavaliers 3-0 after one half of play. But for Marty Beal, it's much more about what this game means for the longevity of this season and hoping that he can get some different looks at his team. Coming into the season, he had 3 core values that he wanted to ingrain into his team. Number 1, care about each other. Number 2, have a positive attitude. And number 3, be relentless. And he's going to need some of that relentlessness out on the pitch for these next 45 as his team trails by 3 in a season opener for both of these organizations, kicking off the 2021-2022 campaign and getting ready to write another chapter in history in women's collegiate soccer as the Spiders try to probe one in there and the Cavaliers have it swiftly dealt with. throw-in awarded to the women in red and blue. Cavaliers in their home orange and white. And if you're just joining us here on the ACC Network Extra, I'm William Fauché. It's a gloomy, rainy night in Charlottesville, but it has not affected the spirits of either of these teams or the many fans that have come out to enjoy in-person spectatorship for the first time in a long time. And the Cavalier fans have to be happy with what they've seen thus far as that ball goes out of bounds, and it looks like Lainey Rouse, the 5'7" sophomore, checking her eye off a little bit of contact there as that ball went out of bounds, and the Cavaliers grab possession again. And so far, it's been attention to detail for the Virginia Cavaliers that have put them in this place. They've been very purposeful about their possession. They've been poised offensively. When they've needed to step up defensively, they've done so. And that's what put them in this position, leading 3-0 as one Cavaliers on the ground. Off of that tackle, it looks to be number 7, Alexa Spanstra, the 5'5" senior who's had a fantastic night of play thus far. And back on the field helping her up, number 17, Haley Hopkins, the transfer from Vanderbilt, who already has made her mark with a goal on the Virginia stat sheet. And you look at that group right there, Leah Godfrey on the left, Rebecca Jarrett in the middle, number 17, Haley Hopkins, and of course Alexa Spanstra as she walks that one off. That is a formidable core offense. That is an offense that is going to produce and score a lot of goals throughout the rest of the season, just as they have done so far this evening. A glimpse into the future, if you will. And the fans in Charlottesville are loving it. Godfrey manages to possess that one. And now the Cavaliers showing off some fancy footwork there on the left side. They send that ball into the 18, and a header there from Haley Hopkins. Corralled by the Spiders, who have changed keepers in goal. Number 1, Taylor Montague. Claire Hinkle taken out of the goalposts after a phenomenal first half, despite what the scoreboard may read, making several instrumental saves to keep this game from being a 6 or 7 goal game. But now it's number 1, the sophomore from Durham, North Carolina, Taylor Montague, standing in between the goalposts as the Cavaliers draw another foul there, taking their time, working their way up into the attacking third. Patient in the midfield, the Cavaliers try to switch the sides of their attack. Operating in the little spaces, moving up outside the 18, top of the 18. There's the shot, there's the goal! An and one finish for the Virginia Cavaliers as that ball is buried in the back of the net. Number 25, Riley Haas, the sophomore from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Draws some contact, uses the screen, and buries one on the near post to put the Virginia Cavaliers up 4. It took 3 minutes in the first half. It took 4 in the second. But the goal-scoring machine that is the Cavaliers' offense continues to churn. And now the Spiders find themselves looking around, asking what happened to the energy that they brought to the field in the last 10 minutes of the first half. Is that the goal that will deflate them? Only time will tell. And that possession leading up to that goal, a testament of what this Cavalier offense can do. So patient through the midfield, trying to find the little spaces, communicating with each other, creating opportunity. And Haas saw her moment and seized the opportunity as Hopkins quick touches that one down the corner. Spanstra loses possession of that ball, but good to see she's up and running again, seemingly without a hitch. Now Torres. Over to Rouse. Rouse, 2 on her. Working towards the end line. A little bit of contact. And she's a little bit confused. It looked like it could have been a foul. Would have led to a penalty kick if so. But it looks like a penalty is actually going to be called on Virginia. Excuse me, a foul. And it will be awarded to Rouse. As Jarrett applying some pressure now with Hopkins. An opportunity that looked dangerous as the Cavaliers still come up with possession. Jarrett trying to scare off a defender. Doesn't work that time. And the Spiders midfield fighting hard to get this ball up and out. They have green space in front of them. Can they get to it? Cavaliers dropping back into their defensive zone. That ball gets through. 2-on-2. More reinforcements on the way, but the Cavaliers pick the pocket and are now headed in the other direction at the foot of Spanstra. Moving gracefully into the middle. Jarrett's able to get a foot on it, can't collect it, and a little bit of contact sends her to the ground. But it looks like she'll get up on her own accord. And a foul on Richmond now gives the Cavaliers a free kick in dangerous territory at the foot of someone like Torres or Godfrey. And it looks like it will be those two lining up for this kick as the Spiders send 2 to the wall. Montague setting up her defense. Godfrey and Torres discussing their plan. Torres, the kick taker, up into the 18. That's off the head of Godfrey. Godfrey looking for an assist as it gets to Stouty. Ball loose inside, but Jarrett's got it. Tried to fire from outside the 18, deflected off the Spiders, and now Godfrey's got 3 in front of her. Cavaliers intentional with every pass. Under 38 minutes left in play. Cavaliers leading by 4, charging into the 18 on the end line. That ball's up, loose, off the foot, and it's in! The Cavaliers strike again. And this time it's number 12, the senior from Alexandria, Virginia, Claire Constant. And the goals run like river. For the Virginia Cavaliers, now leading by 5. With under 38 minutes left in play, Montague, who came in at the start of the second half, given up 2. Already, Claire Hinkle, who played the first 45 in between the goalposts for the Spiders, let up 3 in that entire period. And the Cavaliers continue to operate rhythmically across the pitch. As that long ball sent down, Cavaliers defense trying to retain it, but a little bit of a push off there from number 21, Lauren Hinton. For the Spiders, has Rouse on the ground. Rouse holding her right ankle. It looked like her shoe might have come off. You could see her relacing it there, having a word with her goalkeeper, Laurel Ivory. She pops up, A-OK, shoe tied, laced up and ready to go. And Laurel Ivory is going to bring this ball back into the play. And we've talked about Coach Beal now stepping into his 4th year as the head coach of the Richmond Spiders. And with those kind of coaches, the question is always, okay, you've had 4 years there, what's next? And of course, on the opposite side of the midfield line, sitting on that bench, Coach Steve Swanson, who's had 31 years with the University of Virginia. As the Spiders try to mount something here, they get by one. Stoudy's all that's in front of her, but a great slide tackle from the junior defender dislodges that ball. But as I was saying, you look at two coaches like that, and very rarely do you ask the 31-year coach what's next for his program, what are his goals. And so I did, and in response he said, as always, our goal on every season is to win an ACC and an NCAA championship. And he knows that these are lofty goals, but he says that we don't shy away from lofty goals because there's, quote, history we haven't made yet. And Coach Swanson and his program are doing a great job of writing an early history of the 2021-2022 season in their favor, leading 5-0 against an in-state rival, welcoming their fans back to Klockner Stadium in spectacular fashion. As the clock ticks down to 35 minutes and the Cavalier offense gets ready to saddle up again. A long ball, beautifully put through. A lot of green spaces for the Cavaliers to operate. Poked back out, but Rouse, trying to create some space, is going to lay this one off. Now the Cavaliers trying to attack with Zandy. Zandy up to Jarrett. Right back to her, and it's the three-man game outside the 18. As that ball gets through to Rouse, Rouse puts it in, and the header! Another goal for the Cavaliers! And it's the transfer, Haley Hopkins, who finds her second goal of the night in a beautiful header. Screaming her way into the 18. She read the ball perfectly. And another beautiful sequence of offense from the women in white and orange, now leading 6-0. First three goals coming in the first half, but it only took 10 minutes to get the next three at the start of the second. And the Cavaliers continue to fire on all cylinders. And we mentioned it after her last goal, but it's no surprise that she strikes again. Haley Hopkins, the transfer from Vanderbilt. 34 goals in her career there, tied for second most goals ever in Vanderbilt history. Also, a two-time United Soccer Coaches All-American selection, a three-time All-Region, and a three-time SEC, All-SEC team selection, And as she brings this ball down now with intentionality, she's got her heads up. She sees Ordonez, tries to lay it off to her, but a little bit too much. And this ball will come right back into the hands of number 1, Taylor Montague. Hopkins is a special talent, no doubt. A new name to Virginia fans, but a name they will come to hear time and time again throughout the course of this season. That ball couldn't be collected. Now the Cavaliers trying to apply some pressure on the Spider back line. Fighting for possession. The Cavaliers are working hard for it in the midfield. Applying pressure there is Alexis Theoret, and she'll force the Spiders back to the 18. As Montague tries to find two Cavaliers meet that ball, but a fantastic play by Molly Morgan to get it out and keep possession for her team. Morgan, the 5'6" senior from Upper Arlington, Ohio. originated this attacking chance for the Spiders. Can they do something with it as that ball sails over the goal and out of bounds off the left foot of Molly Morgan. So she'll start and finish that offensive opportunity, and Laurel Ivory is going to take her time bringing this ball back into play for the Virginia Cavaliers. As the Cavaliers make another substitution, that's Lainey Rouse stepping off in exchange for number 16, Kiki Mackey, the 5'9" freshman from Naples, Florida, graduate of IMG Academy, getting her first NCAA match experience. As Ordonez settles up. Now Zandy. Jarrett has options inside the 18, tries to send one in, ball's loose. Not totally cleared, and the Cavaliers will collect again. Sarah Clark lays it off to Jarrett. Jarrett having everything on the offensive end run through her this evening. And she's been successful in doing so. As that ball is up in the air and is going to be sent out of bounds for another Cavalier corner kick on the near side corner. And a great group of spectators enjoying a human night at Klockner Stadium as students pour back into Charlottesville, Virginia for the beginning of classes this coming Tuesday. And Leah Godfrey going to take her time making her way over the ball. Godfrey, if you haven't heard her name enough yet tonight, it's a name you've got to get used to. Last season, as a freshman, logging 4 goals, 9 assists, and 17 points. Someone that Coach Swanson describes as a special talent, and in his opinion, one of the best midfielders in the country. Says that she's a humble player who's earned everything that she has.
Now coming in for Virginia, number 11, Lacey McCormick.
As Lacey McCormick checks into the match for the Virginia Cavaliers, the junior from Northern Virginia. A correction on the second latest substitution that we've seen. It was not Kiki Mackey stepping in, but in fact, number 8, Sarah Clark, the redshirt senior from Topsail Beach, North Carolina, who last year, after transferring from Purdue to Virginia, logged 19 games, 8 starts, 2 assists, and 6 shots. As that free kick isn't fruitful for the Cavaliers, and they'll step over for another corner. Sorry. And to no one's surprise, it's Leah Godfrey taking this corner. That ball is up, well placed, a dangerous ball, but out of bounds. Off of, I believe, number 3, Alexis Theoret. Possession will stay with Virginia, and they will get another shot at a corner as Theoret hustles over to the ball. And Godfrey's going to get a break as she steps off the pitch in exchange for number 14, the junior, Emma Dawson. And before she heads off, presumably for the rest of the evening, we would be remiss without mentioning that Godfrey, along with Haley Hopkins, who's scored twice for the Cavaliers, and Alexa Spanstra, all named to the Mac Herman Trophy Watch List, a prestigious award and a great honor to have 3 Cavaliers named on that watch list. It's going to be a great race for collegiate soccer fans to watch play out throughout the season, along with a lot more great Cavalier soccer, if this evening is any indicator, leading 6-0. With under 30 minutes remaining in this match, 3 goals in the first half, 3 goals in the second. Looking to tack a couple more on before the evening's end. As Zandy pushes this one down. Lexo couldn't keep a hold of the ball, and it will be Spider throw-in. Morgan trying to place that one, but the Spiders can't keep a hold of it. And it's the Cavalier back line who retains possession. Starting to see some new faces, try some new lineups on the Virginia side. It's no surprise to see that, as following Virginia's 2 exhibition games against Central Michigan, a 3-0 win, and Michigan, a 1-0 win, as Ordonez fires off a shot and finds goal. Diana Ordonez, a couple missed headers earlier, but finds the back of the net with 27 minutes remaining in the second to put the Cavaliers up 7-0. And it looks like she might be awarded with a substitution as she goes over to celebrate with her teammates. A very happy Virginia squad out on the pitch tonight, as Ordonez steps off, celebrating with her coach, Steve Swanson, in his 32nd year with the program. And there are not very many players that he's had the opportunity to work with like Diana Ordonez. She is an absolute stud. A goal scorer, an assist generator, a vocal leader on this team, and someone that's going to have a great season of collegiate soccer in 2021-2022. As the Cavaliers try to break away with that ball, a great effort put forth by number as the Cavaliers try to make something happen. Lexo applying good pressure in the attacking third. Cavaliers popping up left and right to try to keep possession on this one. It looks like they might. Lexo couldn't get there for that ball, and it looks like it will be a Spider throw-in. And the start of a new season always means the potential for new opportunities and new partnerships. And for the Richmond Spiders, the start of the 2022 season means the beginning of their new partnership with the Washington Spirit of the National Women's Soccer League for the 2021-2022 season. It's a great opportunity to grow the game. They become part of the Spirit Alliance Partnership Program, which was founded in 2020. This gives the opportunity for training sessions, education, and match day recognition as the Spirit work with club, youth, and collegiate levels. And some other universities that are already involved: Marymount Catholic University, George Mason, Georgetown, Longwood, Mount St. Mary's, and UMBC are now joined in the Spirit Alliance partnership by Richmond. And they look forward to seeing that partnership not only grow, but also help to grow the sport of soccer across the country as the Cavaliers step up for this corner kick. Well placed off the near post. Trying to get some clearance for the Spiders, but it looks like it will stay Virginia ball despite the goal-scoring effort made by number 12, Claire Constant. And with Leah Godfrey getting some hard-earned rest time on the bench, it's Alexis Theoret taking the corner kick for the Cavaliers. As that ball is up, back post side, and off the head of Deegan Miller, the freshman from Boulder, Colorado. It will be Richmond ball. Now the Spiders trying to put together an effort up the far sideline. Looks like it may not be enough as the ball bobs back and forth. And off the leg of Theoret, it will stay with the women in red and blue. And if you're just joining us here on the ACC Network Extra, I'm William Fauché, coming to you live from Charlottesville, Virginia, where the Cavaliers and the Spiders both kick off their season. And for the Cavaliers fans, you couldn't have asked for it in a better fashion. Leading by 7. Lexo trying to make it 8 as that ball's chipped in and cleared by the Spider defense. Deegan Miller applying good pressure to force that turnover. As the ball rolls back to Claire Constant, she'll collect, create space, and settle things down for the Cavalier offense. Brunner over to Theoret. Theoret looking for options. She'll find the far sideline. The Cavaliers have done a great job working the alleys, using their spacing and their high IQ to create opportunities and catch the Richmond defense off guard. And so far, they've done so very successfully, hopefully to do it again. And that ball's forced out of bounds by Molly Morgan. Running over to collect it is number 18, Sarah Brunner. Brunner, the sophomore out of Jacksonville, Florida. Taking a moment for rest as the Cavalier bench gets up and rowdy for the Cavaliers. Host of substitutions for the final 21 minutes of this game. And now the Spiders trying to work themselves out of a sticky situation in the corner. That ball, it looks like, will stay with them. Cavaliers continuing to fight hard in the midfield, and despite their overwhelming possession, I would say that right in the midfield or at the edge of the Cavalier attacking third has been the main battleground for this game. The way that the Cavaliers have shortened the field on the Spiders, forced them to be more compact on defense by applying constant pressure every second of this match as Lexo tries to make a move into the middle there, loses the ball. And now the Cavaliers might get caught running. Physical play, but well defended by number 16, Kiki Mackey, the 5'9" freshman out of Naples, Florida. Now the Cavaliers looking to make a run. Outside to Lexo. Lexo's got room in front of her with one on that she tries to go near post. And as that ball was a little bit too near, it was a routine grab for Taylor Montague. And she'll take her time releasing this one, trying to put her squad in the best position possible. Under 20 minutes remaining in the match. And then the last host of substitutions for the Cavaliers, it was Kayla White, Kiki Mackey, and Peyton Goldthwaite that checked into the match. As the Spiders loyals support their team on this throw-in, trying to create some offensive opportunity. We've seen glimpses of it this evening, though they have not been able to convert. Can they do so now? As that pass is thwarted by number 18, Sarah Brunner. Spiders still trying to work their way down the alley. They find a little bit of space up top, now try to work their way inside. The Cavaliers seem to still be in every passing lane. The Spiders identify as that ball falls back to Thea Redd, and she'll settle it with the back line. Lacey McCormick lays that one off. And this time, the Cavaliers will take it all the way back. And Kayla White, the redshirt sophomore out of Arlington, Virginia, replacing the graduate student Laurel Ivory. Ivory, being a graduate student, only has one more year here. Valuable experience for Kayla White, as only a redshirt sophomore here, trying to earn her stripes on the pitch as the Cavalier offense does the same.
Goal kick for Richmond.
And Laurel Ivory, if it's been said once, it's been said 1,000 times, a pillar of UVA women's soccer over the last 4 years. Standing tall in between the goalpost. She's a vocal leader. She's a strong leader with a great sense of the game and even better goalkeeping ability. She's displayed it time and time again, and she is someone that is going to need to perform at the highest level that she can for the Cavaliers to be successful throughout the long run of this season. As her offense gets it done on the other end, Lexo trying to send it in. Ball's popped up and in. Lexo trying for a through ball. Has it popped off the foot of Spider defenders and chips into the goal as she hugs her way over to her teammates and celebrates her first goal of the season. And what we can only assume was the first of many. She has been persistent in her attempt to find the back of the net since coming on the field at the forward position. And now she's finally rewarded for those efforts. Under 16 minutes remaining, the Cavaliers lead 8-0, scoring 5 goals in the second half. The first goal of the match happening in the first 3 minutes of play here in Klockner Stadium. And Coach Steve Swanson has got to be pleased with what he's seen from his squad early in the season this evening. And I think that what is more telling about this Virginia team than even the scoreboard is the composure and the poise with which they've scored those goals. It hasn't been singular efforts. It's been team efforts. It's been methodical. The offense has lulled the Spiders to sleep time and time again and seized the perfect opportunity to find the back of the net, as Kayla White has a little bit of fun in the 18. As time ticks away in the season opener for both of these teams. And now the Cavaliers another dangerous chance as that ball is up. The whistle blows as number 28, Peyton Goldthwait, finds herself on the ground. And despite the scoreboard for the Richmond Spiders, they have no reason to walk away from this game with their heads hanging. Talking to Coach Marty Beal before the game, he said that he did not want to come into this game and play defense to get to a tie. He said he knows his team. His team is hungry, they're aggressive, they like to play fast, and they like to pressure. And that's exactly what he came to Charlottesville planning to do. As he said, it's okay if we make mistakes. It's okay if we expose some weaknesses. That's what we're here to do. It's an out-of-conference game. We would rather take the opportunity to play our game, to play our style, and to learn from it against one of the top competitors in the country than sit back and try to defend to a draw to look better on the score sheet. And I think that the effort and the determination and the energy that Coach Beal's squad in red has shown on the pitch tonight is indicative of what they can do throughout the rest of the season in the Atlantic 10 Conference. The Cavaliers trying to make a statement there, but it's Montague who gets her first big-time save of the night, punching the ball out. A save that she made look routine, but was anything but, as the clock ticks under 13. Setting up her defense for another Cavalier corner kick, of which the Spiders have survived an onslaught of this evening. The 14th corner of the match for Virginia. They've logged 26 shots, 17 of which have been shots on goal. And mind you, that's 9 saves from Richmond, to speak to the work not only of Taylor Montague, but particularly of Claire Hinkle in the first half. As that ball sails out of bounds, and she stepped out at the end of the first half if you're joining us late, but Claire Hinkle, a fantastic day of goalkeeping. 7 saves and only 3 goals against in 46 minutes and 35 seconds of play. And the 5'6" senior has definitely shown how formidable she can be in between the goalposts. As a potential dangerous Spiders opportunity is met with a whistle and offsides is called. And if you're just joining us here, the clock ticks under 11 minutes remaining in the season opener for both the Richmond Spiders and the Virginia Cavaliers, live from Charlottesville, Virginia. I'm William Fauché here on the ACC Network Extra. Thank you for spending your evening with us. It's been a great night of soccer, and there's still 11 minutes left to go. And we've seen how quickly the Cavalier offense can rattle goals off. Working their way down the alley. It's a great move there by number 30, Deegan Miller. Now trying on the shot. Saved, but a fantastic strike for the Virginia Cavaliers, and an even better save. Stepping up to the occasion is Taylor Montague late in this game with 2 big-time saves to thwart off some formidable Cavalier attacks. And you could see some new faces there in Virginia soccer between number 30, Deegan Miller, and number 19, Madeline Simpson, as Lacey McCormick runs that one back. Lacey McCormick, a great story as well, not only excelling on the field, but in extracurriculars as well, taking a lead role in founding Uncut UVA, a sports media outlet, telling the stories of athletes that she is putting together in partnership with the Media Studies Department at the University of Virginia. A media studies major herself, someone that's incredibly passionate about storytelling and about telling the stories of her teammates and peers. And she'll be beginning that this fall. Incredibly exciting, great to see these women doing great things on and off the field. Because that is what NCAA athletics is all about. And from the looks of it, the Cavaliers have things pretty well in hand on the field, leading 8-0 with under 9 minutes left. A dangerous chance to attack as Lexo carries two in front of her. It's Sarah Brunner who tries to put it in. The Cavaliers trying to get things out of a sticky situation in the midfield. A host of spiders surrounding Dawson. And now the Spiders trying in an offensive opportunity. Meeting the ball is Sarah Clark and sending it out of bounds as well. It will be Spiders' ball.
For Richmond, number 19.
And at a score of 8-0, neither team acting with too much urgency to return the ball to play. As Richmond tries to put something together here on the inside, that'll be cleared out with ease by Kiki Mackey, the 5'9" freshman from Naples, Florida. Graduate of IMG Academy, getting her first looks at what an NCAA soccer match feels like. Now the Cavaliers trying something of their own. It's Madeline Simpson from Atlanta, Georgia, former teammate of Talia Stouty at Westminster. Now Simpson trying. She's got two in front of her. And a right-footed shot will find its way right into the breadbasket of Taylor Montague. And as the clock ticks under 6, she'll slow things down. Simpson, one of the many new faces on the pitch for the Cavaliers, enjoying a vast 8-goal buffer as time ticks down to 5 minutes. And looking ahead to what's next for these teams, for the Richmond Spiders, another out-of-conference game against Maryland. August 26th, followed by some in-conference play against Longwood, Liberty, and then finally in-state rival Old Dominion as a whistle is blown for offsides. Between Virginia and Maryland, two big-name out-of-conference opponents for Richmond, but a great opportunity for them to get a feel for their team, to see what works, what doesn't, and what needs to improve, but before getting into a thick conference schedule. which they hope to dominate and work their way up the rankings from their preseason 12th rank in the Atlantic 10 Conference. And for the Virginia Cavaliers, a little bit of a road stretch as they go to West Virginia, followed by George Mason, shortly after coming home on August 29th to face George Washington at 2 p.m. in Klockner Stadium right back here. But it's interesting when you look at these schedules and how quickly they heat up and the pace with which these teams play, and it all comes back to what Coach Swanson was saying, is that there's an urgency that they feel to be ready, to be prepared, to be at the best that they can be. But at the same time, they have to remember that it's a long season, that there's a lot of games to be played, and that there is time for growth and improvement. And that's what both of these teams will be struggling with, particularly coming out of a COVID year that lended to a longer preseason. As time ticks down to 13 minutes and the Cavaliers work the ball around the Spider defense. Not too urgent to make a run, but moving with purpose as they go down to Lexo. Lexo at the end line tries to feed it through. A great look, but couldn't be collected. And the Spiders can't catch a break on their clearance as the Cavaliers continue to dominate their attacking third. As that ball laid off to Lexo couldn't be retained, and it'll be sent out of bounds. But remained Virginia ball. Cam Lexo, after checking in the second half, found a goal for herself. A hard-earned goal at that, the way that she'd been running, the way that she'd been making her presence felt in the attacking third this evening. Cavaliers now looking at their options, trying to get in the 18, and opportunities there on the header. And it could not go for the freshman Deegan Miller, but I'll tell you, that looked awfully similar to Haley Hopkins' second goal. And when you see that kind of energy, that kind of skill from a freshman, you have to be excited about the future of the University of Virginia women's soccer program as well. As the Spiders try to mount a last-second push, Kiki forces that ball out of bounds, and what could have been dangerous as time ticks down to a minute and a half. Spiders trying to use every last second to generate. Spiders over their 2 exhibition games, and now, presumably this season opener, have only scored 1 goal. Losing to VCU 1-2, and to Virginia Tech 0-2. And now, as time ticks down to under a minute, presumably concluding this match at a final score of 8-0. Not to call it too early, as the Spiders have plenty of time to make something happen. But not if the Cavalier defense has anything to say about it. They've looked formidable all evening, and they continue to be in the final seconds as time ticks down to under 30 seconds. The junior, Lacey McCormick, continue to be laser focused. Every second matters. And as the Spiders failed to collect that one, and time ticks down to 10 seconds, the Virginia Cavaliers are going to wind down this game and their season home opener on fire by a final score of 8-0. The Cavaliers come out with a bang and set the tone for what should be an exciting 2021-2022 season, while the Richmond Spiders are sent home with some things to think about. I'm William Fauché, coming to you live from Charlottesville, Virginia. Thank you, and have a good night.